on him. Only pàdánù sínú ilé ṣe bí tó bá tẹ̀ cheat on him ọkùnrin yẹn ṣì wà láyé. So ẹ jẹ́ ká pẹnu pọ̀ ká bá àwọn èèyàn we generally come abuse come fear emotion because that one now Ita Johnson is emotional abuse. So come abuse ara emotionally because I have right to do something. My wife does not have that right. So let me do it anyhow I like. Nǹkan tẹ́mi try láti sọ nìyẹn. I never said tí ọkùnrin bá cheat kóbìnrin cheat padà no.
You never said that. I'm just putting it to you as a
never
question.
said that.
Me, I'm just putting it to you as a
when you are cheating on your partner and you are rubbing it to her face.
And you have to agree with me now.
Hello.
No, before I'm coming, ma. Before we go ahead, Mommy Goslov, before we go ahead, Mommy Goslov. Yes, Anime, are you done with your point? Because I need to introduce something that will go ahead, then we'll go to Mommy.
I'm not done. I just can start round it up.
Okay, yeah.
I just round it up.
Yeah. And
now,
if you have more than one point, one point, because of the time, you can summarize. Then we'll come back to you. You understand? Yes, Anime, let's have you continue.
Yeah, thank you. My point, I will still repeat my point. If we are talking about cheating, bí obìnrin ò ṣe ní right láti cheat náà ni kọ́kùnrin náà ṣe máa cheat. That is the fact. Gbogbo wa la máa feel pain. Some women won't accept kí ọkọ wọn kó fẹ́ yàwó lé wọn as many as possible. Some can't even stand it. So for the fact that some can't even stand it yẹn kò mí ìpò obìnrin yẹn burú bọ̀ ààrẹ ò gbá ni kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó lè ṣe. So nature why that some can't even say. So my point is this. My point ẹ mọ̀ pé nígbà tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn I make mention of this point that even though tabatẹ wa sọ pé ẹni méjì èèyàn kan jalè èèyàn kan pààyàn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. So I'm referring to if man cheats ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kan ni but tí obìnrin bá cheat yẹn ó worst. That was what I said earlier nínú point mi wípé mo jí ọbẹ̀ mo jí ẹran jẹ nínú pọ́ọ̀tù ìyá mi èèyàn kan lọ pààyàn ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní òbó jura lọ tẹ́ bá gbọ́ ibẹ̀ yẹn nǹkan tí mo fi cover ọ̀rọ̀ méjèèjì yẹn nìyẹn. So my point is this, my gender, if you cheat this is it. Àkọ́kọ́ ìṣẹ̀dá ọmọ tó bí ó máa gbà nínú ẹ̀. Even you cheat, you are cheating on your partner. Even ọkọ tó wà nílé ló ní ọmọ, but you are cheating. Àwọn ọmọ yẹn máa jẹ nínú ẹ o. Don't forget. Even despite àwọn ọkọ ni wọ́n cheat, ìṣẹ̀dá wọn máa gbà nínú ẹ. Ìwọ obìnrin tó ń ṣe náà dẹ̀rẹ̀ ó ní part náà tí wọ́n náà máa take. And by the time everything tó bá di yam pepper scatter, wọ́n máa sọ fọ́kùnrin ni o pé obìnrin tó fún lóyún fẹ́ sílé. Ṣé ọmọ ní pé kí wọ́n fún ọkùnrin méjì papọ̀? You will now lose the two men. See your life. I rest my case for now.
Thank you so much, yes, Anime, for that. For your point, I understand. Thank you for the clarification on that particular aspect too. But when you were talking the other time, you made mention of something now because when I think that's another topic entirely on what. But this topic just came up because of one of the things that is happening in Justice for Mohbad and how we can actually use it to help ourselves as an individual. We went from a place where, I went from a place where I said there are men in Justice for Mohbad that are sleeping with married women, genuine married women, and they are under Justice for Mohbad, and the men will still come outside and still come and shouting Justice for Mohbad. And there are women that are in Justice for Mohbad, they will still go and sleep with another man's husband outside of Justice for Mohbad, and when they come, they will still come and be shouting Justice for Mohbad, who is the DNA is a man standing Baba baby. But these are the things that are going on. So we just want to use it as a topic and to enlighten ourselves. I can't imagine your wife sleeping with another person's husband, and your wife is pregnant for another person's husband, and your wife will still go and sleep with that person, will still come and sleep with you, sleep with that person while she is still pregnant. You can imagine, because the man is going to tell him, no more now, my baby, Mr. Andy, I don't know any names, now my baby, so allow me to do what I want to, not be me put on there. Another man will come, the right husband will say, you understand? So we need to actually use this to talk to ourselves. Thank you so much. Yes, and amen. Let's have you, ma. Thank you so much, ma.
Good afternoon, everyone on this platform.
Good afternoon. Yes, ma'am.
Happy Sunday. Good afternoon, Dr. Ish, all my mommies on the panelists. Good afternoon, Maz. And good afternoon to all the commentators. The Ish, this is not a popular topic. Everyone will want to shy away from discussing this. So I salute your audacious nature to bring this topic on board. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
I want to go straight to the point. No one is a saint. And from the initial when you started, you were talking about Kayode, the footballer, and DNA results stating he's not the father of his 3 that he
Children.
taught, children whom he taught were his. I want to say at this point, I feel so sorry for him if this is true. It's unverified because we haven't heard any statement from him. I'm not sure if what is put out there, if he gave consent for it to be there. We've not heard anything from him though. But I want to say it could be true because there has been a rumor going around. But my worry is this. The alleged man who was said to be the father of these children is a married man. Not just married, happily married. And I don't want, we shouldn't put his name out there because of litigations and all not. But then if someone of that caliber, man of God, would father 3 children, Oshin Komilo Minu is a big worry for me. That is to say, I don't want to start shifting blames on anyone. There is a big problem going on between the 2 families. It is sad, and my thoughts and prayers are with him. I pray that he pulls through. But we should not forget that when we do all these things, it is the children that suffers most. We are so selfish, both man and woman, that we do not consider the happiness of these children before we take all these indecent actions. That is that there. I want to say that I would not want to blame just the women alone. Men are also culprits because sometimes we understand women are very weak. They are vulnerable. And so men will never take no for an answer. And the men will continue to press and press and press, and then they'll take advantage of these women. And when they take advantage of them, then that is it. Before you know it, 1 time, 2 time, Omaleti Wale. So how do we reconcile this? Àwọn ọkùnrin gan ó yẹ ká bá wọn wí wọ́n ní tá bá bá kíní wí ká bá the other one náà wí. Both sex, àtọkùnrin àtobìnrin, we are to be blamed. I do agree my culture would support that men can have multiple women. But excuse me, does the Bible allow you to have multiple women? If you can have multiple women, why can't the woman have multiple men? We're beginning to shift to a society where equality prevails, where fairness prevails. If a man is allowed to have multiple women, that is where they begin to abuse their women. Because yes, if they abuse one when she's not doing what they want, they'll shift to another woman so quickly. And it is not about just, I don't think it is just about the married women alone and the married men alone that is destroying all this, including justices for Mohbad and outside justices for Mohbad. It is, this issue is everywhere. Some men will have a very good woman at home, but then they will subject her to abuse, they'll bully her, they do all sorts of things, and then they'll go outside and respect another woman, take advantage of that other woman, go to another woman, go to another woman, go to another woman. Okay, báwo la ṣe fẹ́ blame àwọn obìnrin? Is the man whose morals is been thrown to the dogs. I'm sorry to use the word. He's got no moral, he's got no good upbringing, he's got no value for women. Tẹ́ bá ti rí àwọn ọkùnrin tó ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, tó ń hop around láti obìnrin kan sóbìnrin kan obìnrin kan sóbìnrin kan obìnrin tí ó jẹ́ pé wọn ò ní decency ẹ̀yọ̀ kan, wọ́n ti give morals wọn fájá. And women, please, it is time you begin to look that you are the bedrock of every society. We are the bedrock of the society. Tí nǹkan bá ti bàjẹ́, gbogbo ẹ̀ ti bàjẹ́, àwa là ń tọ́mọ, àwa là ń ṣiṣẹ́, àwa là ń keep home, àwa là ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan. Ọkùnrin ni wípé some men these days they don't even work. They leave all the responsibility for the women. The only thing they want to do is, I'm the husband, you must respect me, you must be submissive. When they might abuse and obìnrin emotionally, one might abuse one psychologically. Tóbìnrin yẹn bá dẹ̀ ti rọ́kùnrin kan tó rọra ń pamper ẹ̀ tó fọwọ́ ra lórí, á fall fún yẹn. So how do we reconcile all this? I think it's all about self-discipline, respect for each other, and all whatnot. And please, I just want to beg, if you know your relationship is not smooth, kò ta sánsán, ẹ ti mọ̀ pé ó ti ń dé stage tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan ò lọ mọ́, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, rather than begin to subject the children into mental health ayérayé, ẹ pínyà. It's not a big crime. Kóníkálùkù kan máa lọ sí tiwọn. I know it is not acceptable in our society over there, but ẹ jọ̀ọ́, kì í ṣe nǹkan tó máa pààyàn. Mo separate kúrò ní marriage mi àbí relationship mi torí pé kò work, kò ní pààyàn o. It will save you shame. It will even save you some other issues tó máa come up later, like subjecting to DNA and omale and the rest of it. Walk away from it. Go and start a new life. There's always one person for one person. There's always somebody for somebody. Somebody will always take you for who you are, rather than die in an abusive relationship tó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin méjèèjì ẹ wá máa tanra yín jẹ. Ilé tí once the two can only work together when they agree. And once the two are not agreeing, you cannot even pray together. You cannot do things together. You can't plan life together. Ìyàwó máa ṣe tiẹ̀, ọkọ á máa ṣe tiẹ̀. Ọkọ á ní girlfriend, ìyàwó náà ní girlfriend. Á ní boyfriend tiẹ̀, àbí kó tiẹ̀ tún ní girlfriend gan náà. Wọ́n máa ṣe obìnrin sóbìnrin. It's happening. I just pray that the Lord will intervene, and it's a very broad topic. I tell you the truth, the issue. You can treat this topic for the whole week, and you'll be discussing different things, different angles to it. But I must say, I must say the truth, they're abusing our women, and it should stop. Thank you.
so
This
much.
is all I
Yeah.
have to say.
Thank you so much.
Wish, I beg you, my brother, please. Just one point. Mufe make with what Yeye Babagua said. We are talking about cheating and feelings, how men take it and how women take it. And we said the both, careful. And women should be extraordinarily careful. Now, this is it. Let's put some women, pastor to one with this Omali metalatita, God forgive me. How will she feel? I can't. Me only imagine. My
Honestly,
husband should just carry Omo meta wa ba mi latita.
no soko oruko.
I rest my case for now.
Listen, thank you so much. Yes, and even thank you. Mommy Goslov, I'm coming to you, but let me quickly appreciate you, Babagua. Thank you for your point. Ladies and gentlemen, you know there are different, we see things differently. Now, on this platform, the fact that we are talking to Justice for Mohbad, and this has to do with Justice for Mohbad in one way or the other. One thing I just want you to do is don't be fixed on one point alone, right? You might have your own point of view, but don't be fixed on that your own point of view alone. Listen to other people's point of view. Listen to their submission. If it is okay by you, good. But if it is not okay by you, stick to whatever it is that you want to stick with. But the truth of the matter is this, that when we come together and we talk as a person, as a family, as a people, we tend to make more progress. What you are not seeing that is wrong, you begin to see that, oh, this thing is wrong. What you are not seeing as it's a bad thing, you begin to see it when people begin to talk about it. You begin to see that, oh, this thing is bad, oh, I should not do this thing. So that's why we are talking about this particular topic now. So thank you so much, Yeye Babagua, for that one. And before I go to Mommy Goslov, one thing I have also come to realize is this. The point that Yes Anime made is a very critical point. It is not just about the people that are involved. For instance, the current issue that is going on, the lady and the man of God. You understand? It is about the wife of the man of God and the husband of the lady who is in question. How are they, well, what are they going through right now? I'm just going to end it there. I'm just going to stop it there. Then let me quickly go to Mr. Andy, I see your comment. I will send you invite very soon. Thank you so much, Mr. Andy. Mommy Goslov, let's have you. Thank you so much, Mommy Goslov.
Good morning, everyone on the platform. Good morning,
Absolutely.
Dr. Ish Akoni, and good morning, all the commenter. Well, what I want to say about this thing is that number one, the one they are talking about, the 3 sons for another pastor that I'm just looking at how does the man, the husband knew that the 3 children belong to the pastor? The pastor done the DNA with the 3 children. That's where I'm looking at it. Then where I'm going in this place is that every family, woman is the bedrock. Men, you are the head. Treat your wife the way you want to be treated. Women, I want to tell you something, that the society see you as the weaker vessel, and they want to see you like, okay, you can take everything that your husband bring in. This is a society, either you are in Nigeria, you are abroad, you are anywhere, where your husband comes in with 1 or 2 children outside, or when the man is late and they want to read the will, you see other children coming in and they want you to rub it and just take it and swallow it. That's what is written everywhere. But I'm looking at the angle of women, that you are the mother of your own children and you want your children to respect you. I will indulge every woman. If you are pregnant and you don't know who the father is, you are in a husband's house, you are having extramarital affairs, you are pregnant, find out. Go and give the baby or the child or the pregnancy to the man that impregnates you, or you do whatever you like with it, because the end result is not easy to bear. That you have another child for another man in your husband's house. Even the way the world will look at you. I want to say something here. I used to have one of my auntie in those days. My auntie fell in love with his boyfriend, but his father wants him to marry a particular person. Because she doesn't want to marry that particular person, she agreed with the boyfriend to have a child. She was pregnant, and the father still go and give her to another man. And she married that man. She gave birth to that baby in that man's house. The man knew that that baby was not his, but because he forced himself to marry that my auntie told him that, look, even though I'm living here and they said I'm your wife, this baby is my husband, my real husband. That's where she put it. But the man did not allow her to go and give the baby to the real father. The man died. I don't know how the man died though, because that's what my auntie didn't tell me. When the man died, after 40 days, that my auntie called all their family and told them that this my son is not your grandson. This is the father of my son, and my late husband, the one my father gave me to, knows that this child is not his. So if you are in that situation, it is better you do the needful while you are still here. Because when you are no more here and something come together and they say DNA comes, you put that baby, you put that child in jeopardy. Because you are not here to come and show him or her his father or her father. Like this one that we are talking about. How long can the black widow run away from her shadow? I'm just saying, if it's the reason why you eliminate or terminate someone, you never knew that something will come up to pursue you this way. What I'm saying is, Baba Mohbad, I'm sorry to mention Baba Mohbad's name now. I've never doubted the paternity of that baby. If you go and listen from the beginning, until they exhumed Mohbad, because he was part of those that prayed for that black widow to be pregnant, and he still believed that that baby was his. Not until people around the late husband was saying what the late husband was saying. I believe that if he will wake up, I mean, if she will wake up now, the black widow, and ask herself the real question, she will be regretting that, okay, the reason why I did this is why everywhere is after me now, and I cannot face the world. If you see the same man that is called, I mean, the late husband is alive, and it's still the two of them, and the lady now say, okay, this baby is not yours, but I want to run away with this baby. I'll settle my life. Maybe that would have been the best way that they resolve it, and she just walk away with her baby. But look at where greediness have taken her to. And it's not only her, because if you find out that some women will say, okay, my husband is father of these children, and the husband came out and said, I'm not the father of your baby, and they kill their husband. How long will they run away from their shadow? We are learning every day from every issue of, I mean, everything we are seeing here is like it's like we are in school to learn and relearn and learn. You are the mother of your children. Do what to make those children to respect you and be respected. If you are in another man's house with another man's child, try to do the needful. Then, if you are married and you are still dating, please, I'm saying please, because it's just too much for what we can look into. Men have ego. When we are talking of ego of men, you will think that, okay, you are in a house, you are married to a man, and the man has children. His parents, his sister, his brother will walk in and say, we are here to let you know that our son has second wife. They will beg you. Those brother and sister, if they so much love you, they can kneel down and start begging you. And they bring the woman in and say, what will you do when they are begging you? But let us now do the reverse is the case. You now, in that man's house, you are pregnant for another man, and you have the baby, and the man now came, you now say, Daddy, this is the father of this second baby, do you think that is possible? It is what we met, no matter the civilization we are claiming. Even here in America, you will see as many people as possible going for paternity tests. After they have given the baby to another person, they will now sit down and rethink and say, because of the window of opportunity of becoming pregnant, they want to do the paternity, and then start looking for the father of the child. Some people will bring 3-4 men into the courthouse to prove the paternity before they will be able to get to the root of that paternity. Is that bad? So now, if men can tell you, I fathered 10 children from 5 women, is it possible that a woman will tell you, I mothered 5 children from 5 men? That is where we should begin. Though we want to say a blood run in our vein. Yes, I'm a woman, blood run in my vein. I may not take some things, but there are some things that our culture and the way society is built have placed in the doorstep of women that you cannot change. But there's one thing that we can change. And what we can change is to make sure we match the father of the baby, to the biological father of the baby, so that tomorrow we won't be regretting the action we are taking today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mommy Goslov, for that wonderful one. While you were making your point, I was looking at Philip's comment. We have seen 6 children, 6 fathers, 6 children, 6 dad. And all of these things, whenever some of these things happen, the truth of the matter is the men are not always the one that are always at the receiving end. It is always the women that are on the receiving end, because here in Africa, if there is anything like that and the woman is working, maybe the lady is walking on the street, you see people gathering and be looking at her like most especially if the lady is one of the most beautiful lady, maybe one of the most beautiful lady in the environment, and something like that happens to her. Maybe she carries pregnancy from another person and she's married, and they go like, you understand it in Africa, and I understand something too. That the way we treat infidelity in Africa is kind of different from the way we treat infidelity outside of Africa, I mean in the Western world. In the Western world, if there's anything like that, somebody can just go and carry gun, pew pew. That's all, pew pew. Just do that. That is all, because of the level of depression they enter. In Africa, they don't really enter into depression like that. You understand? There's depression, but in the Western world, once the man goes into depression, or once the man sees the guy that is cheating or something, they just go and get a pew pew, and that is all. But all in all, and let me say this. Yes, Anime said something the other time. I'm coming to you, Jetas. Yes, Anime said something, and let me quickly quote. It is a natural thing. It is a natural saying. Men are entitled to more than one. And that's true. It's a natural chain. There's a religion that supports it. But where we are getting it wrong is that even the religion and the culture that supports it, that men are entitled to 4 or more, did not say that men are entitled to cheating up and down. If you agree with me, it didn't say men are entitled to cheating up and down. What it says is men are entitled to 1, 2, 3, 4 wives. And a wife is different from a concubine. And it is the issue of a concubine that brought us to where we are today, where one man is up and down, right? Yeah, if you are capable, right? That word is there. If you are capable. It is the issue of this infidelity that brought us to where we are today, where one man is out there seeking justice for his son. So the religion and the culture that talks about wife, talks about men having more than one, says having more than 1, 2, 3, 4 wives. It didn't say men are entitled to cheating up and down. Thank you so much, yes and amen, for that wonderful one. Jetas, let's have you. Thank you. Are you there, Jetas? Jetas, are you there?
Yeah, greetings everyone.
Greetings, thank you so much.
Well done. So this topic, I really appreciate the fact that this topic is coming up, because today we've come to see that cheating has become the order of the day, and some of us have come to adapt with that type of lifestyle. You will see young girls today that will tell you, young girls that are not even married, that are just dating. Number one, when they start dating, you will see that they pack their things and go and stay with their boyfriends. From there, you see the boy will cheat, and before you know it, the girl too will cheat. It all started from there. But let's refer to a particular book. I believe majority of us here, we are Christians. And as humans, there is a gift that God has given to all humans that serve as a guide. Just as when you buy an electronic, there is a guide, there is a book inside. That book, you will read it to know how you are going to operate that electronic. That is how we humans are. God has given us the Bible to guide us as humans. And talking about cheating in marriages and even in courtship, it has become so rampant today, and everybody is adapting to it, and it's very sickening. You will see a faithful wife, people are laughing at her out there. They will say, why are you being faithful when your husband is going out there? We now see faithful women are not suffering. You now look as if they are not civilized. The majority of faithful women, they now want to adapt to the lifestyle of other women that are cheating. So cheating is very wrong when it comes to the person that created us humans. The way he sees it is very, very wrong. So it says that the only thing that can lead to divorce in marriage is adultery. When a man and a woman get married, the only thing that can lead to divorce, the Bible said that, is adultery. To tell you how dangerous that adultery is, how God sees it, is very, very bad. A man to one woman. It is true that in those days men get married to so many women, but when Jesus Christ came, he set an example, and he said one man, one wife. And if one of these partners cheats, that is the only thing that can lead to divorce. So to tell you how it's very, very wrong when
Jesus,
the man see it as his own right to go out.
Jesus, let me
Yeah, I can hear you.
let me quickly come in there. I wouldn't want us to go for now, right? While I respect all religions, you understand? I want us to talk to ourselves as human first, you understand? I wouldn't want us to go in religion, right? Because if we go religion, that is gonna be an entire topic on its own. You understand what I'm trying to talk about? Let us talk to ourselves as human. You understand? First, let us talk to ourselves as human. Then we can go later to the aspect of religion. Because when you talk religion, that is another aspect entirely. We have religion that supports 1. We have religion that supports 4. We have religion that supports 10. We have religion that supports. As a matter of fact, there is an aspect of a particular religion that if they are on maybe they are migrating from one place to another, and they meet people on the road, and the person that they met on the road, likes someone who is a married woman. The person that they met on the road while they are migrating from one place to the other can go and tell the leader of that religion that particular woman, I want to have her. And the leader of that particular religion, right, will go ahead and say, since you have taken permission, you can go ahead and have her for the night. So if we want to talk about religion, it's going to be a very broad one, and I don't want to bring chaos. You understand? But I understand your angle that cheating is not allowed.
Yeah.
I didn't get you.
The topic is a very broad one.
Yeah, when you talk about religion,
I said the topic is a broad one.
Yeah, when we talk about religion, that's another angle entirely. But let's maintain this particular one. We are heading somewhere. So thank you so much. Let's quickly have now, Phillips. I've been seeing your comment. Should we talk about sexual libido and other thing? Okay. Jetas, you still want to say something? Jetas, you still want to say something?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Yes, I still want to say
I thought you were done.
Yes.
Continue, please. I'm sorry about that.
So, okay. No, I'm not done. Okay. So, I think the last 2 months, I read one newspaper that talks about the paternity fraud in Nigeria and Japan. I think Japan came first and Nigeria is second. To tell you how far we have
that is paternity fraud, right?
So if yeah. Now,
Go ahead. Talk.
They give birth to 2 children, 2 girls. And later, the husband started having, maybe when he goes out, we want to come across accident or start facing things that want to take his life. So here in Delta State, we believe when the 2 people are married and one is cheating, it is said that the man will likely die, or if they have children and there is a boy, the boy child will die. But in this case, this couple, they are having 2 girls, so the man is likely to die. So when they find out, they saw that the woman was going out, and to cut the story short, they started having issues, and the woman told the man that Do you think, have you ever impregnated any of your girlfriend before? Which now brought up the issue of DNA test. So they carried out this DNA test, and the man find out that the two children are not his. That was early this year. Talking to you right now, this guy is depressed. His elder brother, they have 3 sons. The other one have 2 sons. Himself, he has found out that the 2 children are not, they don't belong to him. So this is is something that is really making our community. I don't know how to really put it, but please, as women, we should try. We can see what this issue of mobile is causing right now. And even among this stuff now, that was what pushed this guy to go and do that DNA test for his children, and he find out the truth. And many other men too want to do the same. So please, as women on our part, we want to try our best to be faithful to our husband. If they are cheating and we don't want to stay in the marriage again, we should just, everybody should go their way so that there will be peace. That's just what I want to say.
Okay, thank you so much, Jetas, for that one. Everybody should go their way so that there will be peace, which I actually... And then you said something the other time. Let me quickly say something about it. You said the only way to go for divorce is through adultery. But in this generation that we live in now, I guess there are different reasons why even divorce is going to be legally allowed. It's going to be legally allowed because I remember this particular woman at that time when she sang, Ekueme, Ekueme, you are the living God, is it no one like you? You know, being a religious woman who married someone who is also a religious man, and because she doesn't want to leave the marriage, today she's nowhere to be found. She's dead. Why? Because she didn't speak out, because she was like, what will people say? Because of, reasons best known to her, nobody knows. So there are reasons, I mean, genuine reasons why divorce might be permitted in this, our generation. It is far beyond, adultery and this thing, but if you are being maltreated, abused, I guess you better watch it. You better think about it very well. So thank you. I told you I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm just an ordinary Thank you so much. Yes, ma.
And I don't know, panelists.
Hello?
The blessing code. Did anybody know this person? The blessing code. Did anybody know him or her?
No, we don't know. I'm going to go ahead and... Who is the blessing code? No, I don't know the blessing code. The blessing code, please,
So
if you need...
the blessing code, we don't
Okay.
really know you. So we don't know if you are part of us. We don't really know you. So we don't understand why you are asking this information. We don't know what you want to use with it.
Ish, please, can I just add something before I just stop? Sorry, I just remembered now. In those days, like our mothers, they are very faithful. They kept to one man to the very end. And I've made a research, and I came to understand that women in those days, they used to circumcise them. They used to circumcise them in those days. So that actually helped them to keep to one man. Even when their women, their husbands are cheating, you will see them, they will still be there, faithful to the husband, to the end though. But nowadays, there's no circumcision for women anymore. When a woman is married and the man travel, maybe 1 month or 2, the woman cannot keep to herself. Why? Because there is no circumcision. So I think that is one reason why this cheating, and you see women carrying other people's baby to their husband and so on and so forth.
I don't
I
agree
think
to
that is
that.
one
I
major
don't agree
reason.
to that. I
Jesus,
don't agree to that.
I
Jesus,
disagree.
only you want.
I completely disagree. That's not true. That's not
Jesus,
true.
only you want.
Okay.
You have brought up about 5 different topics. Only
I'm
you want.
sorry. That's not true, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Yehova, for that. Yes, and thank you. And I know even Mommy Jokem wants to add something to that. But let's quickly go to Crown Princess. Crown
ọmọ
Princess.
yíyan di oúnjẹ ọmọ yíyan di èwo nítorí pé wọ́n circumcise àbí wọ́n
Okay,
circumcise ó yàn di ó yàn di ọmọ burúkú lọmọ.
Crown Princess, permit me just 1 minute. The blessed code. Please unmute your mic. Yeah, we want to know you.
Hi, my name is The Blessing Code, and I wasn't sure if it's yes or amen that was asking. I just want to clarify. I don't know what you mean by if she's one of us, but I'm for true justice for Mohbad. I've just been trying to get to know about what's going on with Arifa. Is it wrong to ask? I haven't heard anything about him lately. It's just like we all forgot about him, and I was just sincerely worried. I don't think there's anything wrong with me asking that question. And if it's wrong, I apologize. I just want to know. Nobody talks about him. He was very strong. Arifa Durotoni, and now I don't even hear about him anywhere. And he's still in there. What can we do to get him out? That's all I'm asking.
Okay, thank you so much. The blessing code. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Thank you for that one. I'm coming in the blessing code. Thank you for that question. Thank you for the clarification. Yes. You can mute your mic now. Yes, Anime, you can.
Okay, thank you. The blessing code, thank you so much. Firstly, I repeat what I said earlier. I don't really know you, and that was why I asked from comment section and the panelists if anybody knows you. And why we actually asked that question is some information should not be disclosed here. This is someone there, and some people are trying to do some things, and some things are being done underground. So we don't want to disclose everything here. And we believe if you are one of us, you will know who you will talk with, not here on the panel. So that was why I asked that. Can you please allow me to land? Can you please allow me to land, madam, please?
Okay. Please be nice.
you.
We're not fighting. Just take it easy.
Please I understand. Please just allow me to explain what I was trying to say. You know, this other team, they are fond of, whenever we are doing something, they are fond of trying to come up with something that would distract us. So I thought that was why I asked that question, that are you one of us? Assuming someone said, I know her, she's one of us, this or that. And I just said, okay, inbox me, let's talk. So that we will not disclose what we are not supposed to disclose here. That was what prompted the question, ma. Thank you.
The blessing code.
Thank you for clarifying that. And I think maybe next time I'll just go to your inbox, since you were one of the forefront people. I just didn't want to be rude going into people's inbox just like that. So if it's okay with you, is it okay that I come to your inbox and ask a few questions, yes or amen?
Yes, but before that, I still need to know you. You know, I said that earlier.
When you say you want to know me, how do you mean? Or how do you get to know me?
Okay, this is it. On a layman English, everyone fighting for true justice for Mohbad, no matter what, if you are not a panelist, you will be commenter. People will know you.
Okay.
So, yes, that is my point. Thank you, ma.
Okay. Well, I'm not in the forefront, but I know behind the scenes, I am for justice for Mohbad. Maybe you can ask the closest person, or the person I think that is out there that you can ask about me is probably Papariano or Prime Boy. So if you can ask them if they know the blessing code, maybe, I just want to know.
Have you changed your username for once?
Can I?
What did you say?
Change your username, please. Hold on, Crown
I've
Commissioner,
never
please.
changed my username. This has always been my username.
Okay, the thing is, I think with the thing is, we are not used to you on this platform and some other platform like that. You understand? But you mentioned some two names now. People that are used to those platforms can actually identify with you. I mean,
yeah, yes and amen can actually contact these people and.
No, there's no need for that. You've already clarified yourself, and I think we can move forward from here. The reason why she's asking the question, we need to be very careful. Some people hide behind different accounts, and they ask different questions. So we don't want to take anything with levity. And if you see you, we want to attack. You understand? We don't want to be on the defensive side. We just want to attack you, and by the way you express yourself, we will know the angle and where we are coming from. If you feel offended, I'm sorry about that.
I'm not offended. I just wanted to clarify myself. Yeah.
So easily to also permit me to say this. I saw it from the comment section, and I think it's also a good suggestion. The question, since you are used to Papariano and Prime Boy, you can also ask from them, since they are also in this justice for Mohbad, and they are one of the people that are at the forefront seeking justice for Mohbad. They might have a better.
Yeah, I have asked, but there's nothing really clear. That's why I said, okay, let me ask him.
So that's it. The last thing we know, On this platform, the last thing we know is that Arifa is fine, Veron is fine, Westo is fine. If you ask me, that's the maximum I know, and that's my maximum I can say. So that is it. Thank you so much, the Blessing Code, for that wonderful question. And every other person who wishes to ask the question, that is the answer from this platform. From me to you on this platform, the maximum thing that I know as an individual is that Arifa is fine, Westo is fine, Veron is fine. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I don't know how to drop myself. Can you please drop
Okay, I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to do that for you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Don't forget where we are. If you are a man in Justice for Mohbad, you are married, and you are sleeping with another married woman. You know that the person is married.
Oh, go I am.
You know that the person is married. And you impregnated the person. And the person is still coming house. The husband is servicing the person. And you, the one that original father of the baby, you are still servicing the person. And you are in Justice for Mohbad. And you are joining us to say, Tani Baba baby, DNA is a must. See, the thing is, it's either you leave this Justice for Mohbad for us, or you leave that your attitude. Stop sleeping with other people. And just like Mommy God said the other time. See, it is possible for a man to go and sleep with another person's wife outside, give birth, and the man will come and the man will say, and the family of the man will come and the family of the man will say, Ishe Shuni, help us collect the help us collect the child. But it is hard. I mean, very hard for a woman to go and carry pregnancy come from outside. And she will give birth. And she will now go and call her own family and say, come and help me beg my husband. I have carried another person's baby. That is where we are. So that distraction, I call that one a little bit distraction, right? I call it a little bit distraction. Crown Princess, let's have you. Thank you, ma'am. Crown Princess, let's have you. Then I think Crown Princess, before now, I think I have explained the meaning of Shino. I will explain Shino for everybody in case you don't understand the meaning of Shino. Shino is a Yoruba word, but after Crown Princess is done, I will explain Shino to everybody. Crown Princess, let's
Good
have you.
afternoon, everyone. For me, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
There is no justification for cheating. Either man or women. There is no justification for cheating. Right. My point on the 3 children, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, the only reason I'm going to say the lady is kind of a bit wicked is for her not to have bulged out. It's definitely something has broken down in that relationship. It is obvious that something has broken down. Either both of them refuse to accept it, that the relationship has broken down, then the lady now took to our own to find kind of our own satisfaction somewhere else. This is what happened if you go into a relationship without having your do's and don'ts, or your wants, or your understanding of what a relationship is. I hope we're not going to be going into a marriage in the name of going to a marriage sake. Now, for her not to have budged out, I see it as being greedy and wicked. Because if a relationship has broken down, the next thing for you to do is either sit down, talk about it, go for counseling, see if you can salvage your relationship. If you have done everything you could do as a responsible being, both of them, then if it's not working, the best bet is for them to bulge out. Everybody go their separate ways. But now, you stood there having extramarital affairs for over 3 years, because 3 children, she has been on it for a long time. So we can't call that a mistake. That is a deliberate act. Somebody that was trying not to get out of a marriage due to some certain reason, either due to greed or another best reason for the person. So I see that as being wicked. on the lady's part, because now she's breaking her marriage. Both of them, they are breaking the other part's marriage as well. Because as a woman, you're not going to come to me and say to me, somebody have 3 kids for you, and I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm gone. So that is that. If somebody brought up a point here, that how do we know that the 3 children belongs to a certain man? We cannot ascertain that except if DNA is done. Now, if DNA is done and it happens to be that the 3 children are not for one man, then that is the big one, that they have to deal with. Moving forward, generally, I believe that going into a relationship should have understanding of what we want. If you get involved with somebody that is busy, for example, the job of the other man, I don't want to mention somebody's name. The job of the other man is a quite busy one, hectic one, right? He could break down a relationship if there's no understanding between them, because the nature of his job is hectic. And the woman on the other part might be one of those ones that have a high level of urge. If you get what I mean? So definitely there's going to be a problem. They might not want even the man might not, the partner of the lady that has 3 kids might not want to understand that. But if they don't deal with it, then definitely they are bound to be cheating in that relationship. Even though if it's not acceptable, they are bound to be cheating. Even if our country is Nigeria has a kind of polygamy is constitutional in Nigeria. Some people are still not maintaining it. They are not supposed to be in polygamy. Because you see, I have married women that cheat. And because lack of time, lack of intimacy with their husband, it's bound to happen. If you cannot maintain 1, so how do you maintain 2 or 3? So that's where the problem lies. Cheating is not acceptable anyhow. Either you are married, either in a relationship. It is not acceptable. There's no how you can point it out. But my point is, if you're not happy in a relationship, stop thinking, what is somebody going to say? What is my family, my mother, what is anybody's going to say? Get out of it. Instead of giving yourself, putting the life of those kids in a dilemma. Because when those kids grows up, come up, they're kind of bound to ask questions. We're in one now, we're talking about another. A married person plus another married person. That is a curse. You call that curse. You don't even call it cheating. You call it curse. Because if you are married and you're now dating another married person, you're destroying 2 homes. So I don't know how that is sensible to people. So I'm going to blame both gender here. Because we have good men, we have good women as well. So if we have few bad ones among them, then we should blame all of them, both of them. We're not going to condemn everybody because somebody is doing something. Moving forward, we need to go into a relationship with understanding. This is why we need to date our children. We need to tell them to date. Don't just pack your stuff, go into a man's house because you see that the house is free. The house might be free. His mind might not be with you. His mind might be somewhere else. So if you date and you kind of speak about your do's and don'ts, then probably you understand each other to a certain stage. Anything could come up. Accidents could come up. You should know that, okay, if this comes up, this is how I can deal with it. People can be, your husband can be working in a different state, a different country. This is why long distance relationship is always being condemned. You can't have it. Because if you can't manage it, there's no point you can have it. You understand? Who says anybody cannot stay without having whatever for months? We are all looking for what we are looking for to take care of our children. So we should just condemn cheating, both men and women. Nobody should kind of condone cheating. Even the women, the women we are saying this, the men we are saying that. We can't condone it. You understand? So if we condemn it, it comes down to the relationship. What do they have? What is the relationship between them? The lady that has 3 kids and the husband. You understand? Once relationship has broken down, let everybody go their separate ways. Now the guy is in a dilemma. He cannot give divorce because him giving divorce is going away with 50% of his lifestyle, his life earnings to the children that doesn't belong to him. Okay, what if that guy comes to about the age of 70 before this comes out? He has already ended his lifestyle. His life is ruined. This is how bad it could be if he doesn't, if he's not, I mean, if he didn't come out in good time. You understand? You're married somebody and he gets to age 70 before he realized that the children doesn't belong to him. These days we have poor people going about the same thing. Medium class are going about it. I learned that the paternity stuff is being deliberate discussed at the National Assembly. I think it should be on top of the national anthem. Let them be doing DNA for all babies. Let them make it free because DNA is expensive. You have certain people that can afford it. If you have a baby at the hospital, let them do DNA. Let them be sure if that's what it takes for people not to be bringing bastard children into the world. It is so sad and heartbreaking for us to wake up one day and somebody says you have 3 kids you have been nurturing, you've been living in a house, looking at them as your children. No matter how much you spend on them, you have the money. The money is in the part, but the emotional part of it is the worst. Because when I see my kids as me. I see them as my blood. So you now wake up one day, somebody now tell you those kids that you look at as your blood are no more your children. I mean, it could go into depression. Anything could happen to the guy. If he's not taken care of properly, something could happen to that guy. Apart from the monetary part of it, the sanity is quite important. You understand? So I just hope that as assembly can take this paternity thing ahead of their national assembly, national anthem, because it is quite important. This is what is putting all of us into this now. All this justice for this and justice for that. You know, it's a shame as a woman. Somebody accused me to come do DNA. I will actually do it with my money. I will put my money down and I'll get it done. But the relationship might just go because it will get to a certain stage that I won't be able to hold it. The first thing I'll do is to get it done for the sake of the children. You know, you can't hide a lot of things for a long time. May God help us in this country. That's my sentiment.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Crown Princess, for that wonderful one. And I think we are getting something, because I don't want a situation where we come here and we don't pick 1 or 2 things. It's going to be a waste of time. It's going to be a waste of data. It's going to be a waste of our sleep. Thank you so much, Crown Princess, for your submission. That topic, just like you said, that is the reason why we are here today. If someone has just closed a yash for once, if you got just said no for once, just said for once,
question.
maybe we'll... What is the question? What is the question?
Okay, thank you. I actually have 2 questions, sir. First question is, how does it, how possible is it that a woman will give birth to 3-4 children for the husband wait there for house and none of the children
We didn't hear you. We didn't hear the question.
Can you hear me now? Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay. I said,
yeah, we can hear you now.
This story of a woman bringing numerous children to the house and none of them happens to belong to the original husband in the house. The question is, how do they work the mathematics? How possible is
I think a call is coming through to us.
these people? Now message that they sent to me. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I said, how is it possible? How do these women do it? That they bring numerous children to the house and none of the children will belong to the husband. How did they work the mathematics? How? That is my number 1 question. Okay, does it mean they target themselves when they are ovulating and they run out to go and cheat? Or does it mean the man in the house cannot even do at all? That is the number 1 question. And number 2 question is, this law in that country called Nigeria. Why? How can a woman bring Omale to the house? And when they now divorce that kind of a woman, and they are now saying the property will still belong to the woman and the children. Tell Omale, Omale should make property in the first place. What is the meaning of that nonsense? Please, that is my true question.
Who wants to
Can I
answer?
answer?
Yes, and
I can answer the question.
Okay, Francis,
Number one.
okay, you answer one. Then okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Then
let me answer the
you
first
first
one. Yeah. The first one is, it is obvious that the relationship has broken down. Like I said, it has broken. There's no relation. They're just faking it. Either something is wrong. The man, don't forget that this person is a footballer. Yeah. Number one, there's time issue between them. Somebody that went for that kind of that has that kind of a job will come back home tired, no matter how. And football is played, practice is being done like 7 days a week. This is why I say there's no understanding. They've broken down. The relationship has broken down. We can blame the woman. The only way I'm blaming the woman is bringing kids into that issue. The relationship has broken down. They don't have time for each other. Something was wrong. It is obvious. It is 110% obvious that something was wrong. So the lady now seeks solace at somebody else. So instead of her sitting down talking about the issue, she was already have a handbag somewhere. So instead of her dealing with it, she will go straight to her handbag to ease herself. So, but now somebody raised the question that how did we know that
your husband is not a footballer, Mao? Continue, ma.
Sorry?
And Tito, your husband is not a footballer. 4 children. And
No,
none
I
of them belong to
I don't know about that one. I'm talking about the one with 3 children. Even
There's
the
another
three,
one. There's another one that has 4.
So I don't that one. I don't.
Yes,
It's
4
obvious.
children. And 2 of them, excuse me, ma, 2 of them happens to be a worker in the church. So the husband know they do one kind serious work like that. When say you know the day at home. The husband always the day at home. And this one 4 children, none of them belong to the husband. So if you are talking about footballer not being around, how about the ones that is always around and 4 children still not belong to the husband?
Can I say something here?
Yeah, Baba, go ahead.
Yeah, it possible say the man no the fertility. You know how one put him. No one.
It's not fatal. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
fatal.
it could be that the man is not fertile.
Yeah.
Because, like yes and amen said, 3 whole children. So kò tiẹ̀ lè hit target ẹyọ kan rárá. Ó ń dùn mí fún ọ. Ó possible bóyá nǹkan kan gan ṣe òun fúnra rẹ̀ tí ó dé address or tí ó mọ̀. Or could it be a planned infidelity? Wípé lọ gbé wọn wá. Nǹkan kan wá ṣẹlẹ̀ along the line and then it's coming into the public to the knowledge of the public. There are so many things still hidden in this story of Kayode and his wife and Auntie, just like Auntie Tony. And then to the issue of after divorce or in the process of divorce that they'll share property 50-50. This case is going to be a very long one, just like we're having with Mohbad. Because how would your assets go to children that are not yours, especially when you are man enough to impregnate your wife? It's not that you have issues. Àfi tó bá jẹ́ pé ó ní issues tí ó lè fóbìnrin lóyún tí wọ́n dẹ̀ jọ mọ̀ láàrin ara wọn tọmọbìnrin yẹn dẹ̀ ń dọ́gbọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ara ẹ̀. There's so many things in this. I don't think she'll be able to get away with 50-50 of his property. I doubt it much. Thank you.
Well,
thank you so much.
the law says that's what the law says. The law says, if you follow, no matter what, even if it's what's it called, cheating. I'm looking for that kind of terminology words now. Even if it's cheating, the law says that's what the law says. Except if the man doesn't ask for divorce. If the man asks for divorce, I don't know which country they are talking about, but if you talk about United Kingdom, it's definitely going to be, he has to provide, even if the property has to go to the wife. They might see it as going to the wife, not to the children. Don't forget that his name is going to be on the birth certificate. So it's definitely going to be. He has to, the property has to go like that, except if he doesn't ask for divorce. That's what I feel.
So there's another thing that's going up now, prenups. I think it's one of the things that is going on now in most marriages now. But before I go ahead and talk about that, Mommy Jokem, let's have you, Mom. Thank you, Mom. Ah.
Honestly, my own submission will always be a bitter truth, either we women like it or not. Because for that lady in question to have 3 kids outside the wedlock, that means she was already in love with the person that impregnated her. She never loved the footballer. She was in the relationship because of his property. I will keep saying my gender. When we are talking about this DNA stuff issue, it goes to my gender. I will always blame them. No way that a man will bring in a bastard child into his own family, into his own matrimonial home. No way. That is why I keep telling people, love with your head, either you're a man or woman. Love with your head, not with your heart. Expect the unexpected when you are in a relationship. Don't tell me that you have a perfect husband or a perfect man that will never look after another woman. It's not possible. If we bring out of 100% of our men, 90% of them, they still have to taste another varieties. Maybe because we have passed through all this stage, we don't care. We love with our head, not with our heart. What about you walk in and you saw your husband be intimacy with another man? I know this generation is either you take a knife and shoot the man, or you pull out a gun and pull the trigger. I know that is what you people are going to do. But I think you have loved with your head, not with your heart. You will understand that it's in man's nature to do all those kind of a thing. Because when all this thing happens now, when we go all around the globe, we will still come back and blame the lady in question. Because how are you going to prove to the world that you bring out someone else's child, someone else's pregnancy to your husband? Oh, Jackie.
Prince Oladimiji.
It's a taboo. That is why I said my own submission is a bitter truth. It's a bitter truth. That is it. It's a bitter truth.
Are you done, ma'am? Oh, okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
My network is fluctuating. I don't know. Maybe I'm audible or what.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay.
Now, thank you. You still want to say something, ma'am?
My submission is bitter truth, and some women might not like it, and that is how it is. It's not about religious or something. It's about the nature. It's about the nature.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Whatever it is that we want, that bitter truth is exactly the same thing that we want. If you want to make a submission, make it the bitter truth, and it is the truth. If you are okay with it, good. If you are not okay with it, good. But thank you so much to everybody. Mommy Jokem, yes, and amen. Mommy Ola Flair, Mommy Goslove, Mommy Layinka, Mommy Jitas, thank you, and Crown Princess, thank you so much. Yeah. Earlier on, I said I was going to talk about something else, and I'm still going to talk about it because everything we do. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your time on this. Why is it that I've never seen a male send in request on this platform today while we are talking about this? Where are the men? Lion.
Stray bullet, ló ń lù wọ́n. Stray
Where are
bullet
you?
yìí tí wọ́n ní. Mr.
Popsy Joy, where are you?
Mr.
Andy, where are you? No, Mr. Andy Osimbimo. Mr. Andy Osimbimo. Popsy Joy, where are you? I go look for all the men. Mr. Andy is here. I'll send him. Who else? 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 Daddy Bob, I can see you. You are a man. Why is it all the men? Eda Olarokun, where are you? I'm supposed to send requests to all these people that I'm calling their name. Come and give us advice. Popsy Joy, Prince Oladimeji. I know Prince Oladimeji will send requests. Okay, Mr. Andy, you were gonna come up the other side. It's nice to have you. Thank you so much. It's been a while. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Andy.
No, good afternoon. Thank you. Yes, Anime. You know the reason why you don't want to bring me up each talk. Because no. It's not about laughing matter. I spoke to you early hour of this morning, and you know what you told me about this, and I'm going to expose you. Okay, I'm going to expose you. And you are saying to over 86 people that Andy is no more here. Papa, each talk. And all your mother are there. And they have sided with you.
Make your submission, please. Nice to have you, sir.
Am I exposed here?
Your volume.
Am I audible?
Are you connected to your car? It's not other audible.
Okay. Let Prince Oladimeji go on. I will use my earpiece there.
Okay, no problem. Prince Oladimeji, let's have you.
Good afternoon or good evening, everyone, or good morning.
Good afternoon, Prince. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Senator H, I greet you especially. Yeah, I'm just coming in. I don't know what you're even discussing, to be sincere. So, yes, I'm just coming in. Look into my message. I type in, immediately I came in. I said greetings to everyone. Just look.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she's saying. She's saying.
ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin oníṣìnà ló ń sọ.
No,
Okay,
Prince Oladimeji, let me into you what we're talking about, right?
okay.
You will know that you've been in this justice for Mohbad for more than months now, and one of the most important aspects of this justice for Mohbad is the DNA aspect, and coupled with the current story that is going on, or the story that is going on currently on the media when it has to do with the DNA, the paternity of a particular person who is a pastor, who is a footballer, who is also the wife, who has 3 children, but none of the children, allegedly, none of the children belongs to the husband. And the man is claiming that the children belongs to the person who is called a man of God. But before I go ahead, I would want to say this. If you agree with me in the comment section and as a member of the panel, that currently now, between the footballer and the wife, there is nothing like a marriage between them again. There's nothing like a marriage between them again. Even if at the end of the day, they later find out that the children belongs to the man, which is actually the footballer, there is nothing like marriage between them again, because it's over. It is over. I mean, it's over. That is how sensitive it is when the talking about the issue of DNA. So also, okay, to continue with what we're talking about, the topic of today, Prince Oladimeji, we were talking about there are some men, you understand, that are in justice for Mohbad. I don't know one person, but there are men in justice for Mohbad. You understand? Sleep with other men, other people's wife, and they still come back to justice for Mohbad to say who is the Tani Baba baby. DNA is a must, whereas they are doing outside. And also there are women in justice for Mohbad. They are married women, but they still go out to go and sleep with other people's husband, and they come back to justice for Mohbad to say Tani Baba baby, DNA is a must, DNA is a must. So it requires that we talk about it, so that if you are doing so, you stop it, or if you don't want to stop it, you leave the justice for Mohbad. You understand? So that is the topic we are trying to, learn from, and to correct ourselves. It's not like we know one person, or we are trying to nail one person. All we are just trying to do is to open our own eyes to that. See, in justice for Mohbad, I was doing this before, but now in justice for Mohbad, I'm doing it because of what I've been able to learn So that is it. So what do you have to say about women who are married but are still sleeping around with other married men, or men who are married but are still sleeping around with other married women? What do you have to say about it? Be it in Justice for Mohbad or outside of Justice for Mohbad.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorary Senator. And then all the moment that I name me on Nisoro, please. You should know me by now that I won't just jump into anything. Right? So it's not that I knew what is going on.
Yeah.
On this panel before now. It was when you are like, oh man, none of them is coming up. That's when I sent a request. Like, what exact thing is happening? Quite all right. You see, when it comes to family issue or relationship, one have to be extremely careful. You know, there is a saying that said, there is no smoke without fire. And if we have to look into something like this holistically, we'll step on some toes. And when we want to talk about, people have been on Justice Mohbad, they've commend this, or they have encouraged this, that doesn't mean that they are going to stop it. They themselves, it doesn't mean that they are going to stop it. And it doesn't mean that they are going to continue about it. However, so that it won't be as if maybe I'm talking halfway or talking parable, let me...
You mute your mic. That's why I dropped you.
Today, I've heard about 3 types of incidents related to this paternity of a thing, whereby they give different type of scenarios, and the truth must be told. And when I'm talking about this, I don't want us to take it in other way around. The question is to both men and women. When you said a young shagbiri or someone is flexing around, who is he doing that with? Either is in Justice for Mohbad or not. Is it that the man is just doing it on his own? One person is not involved here. It is both sides. That's one truth. Then, this thing is not only about Africa. It's all over the world. Don't let us target to, we Nigerians or we black, people of colors. It's all over the world. Now, I think there is a form of psychology or philosophy that when it comes to the firstborn of the family, they say that the percentage of having that the firstborn may not belongs to the person that a woman marries to. They say the percentage is very, very high, which is around 75. What has made them to have that type of conclusion? It is a lot of theory behind it, right? Now, we'll come to Justice for Mohbad. We'll blame some set of people that, they are this, they are like a transformer, they are this, they are that. However, what is their background? We may be different from each other. It means that the home where they come from may be an influence, or it may be to what leads to it. It may even be friends. It may even be the environment where they grow up from. Right. And we may see, in Justice for Mohbad, upon the fact that we talk about this, there are some people that even hook up when it comes to Justice for Mohbad. You can't blame them. I can't blame them. Some people have used it in one way or the other in a good way. Some people use it in a bad way as well. And that is the worst side of it. And yeah, we've seen the different type of scenario, even when it comes to this justice for Mohbad, whereby you see somebody is doing this, somebody is dating that, blah blah blah. We don't even know what goes under in there. We may not be able to say that. Now, this paternity of a thing, what I only encourage people to do is this. Truly, even if you go for it, I always tell people, don't start what you cannot finish. If you are going for it and it is negative, what will be your reaction? And before any man, before any woman who said, I want to do this intentionally, or maybe because of his background, or because of his experience in life, he begin to like sleep around, then there must be more to it. What leads to what, and what have make that person to be to that level? It is a truth. There are some people that is because of, I don't want to be mentioning because of this, because of that, because it will lead to different type of things. I'm trying to be holistic with what I'm saying. That's the reason why I'm not going deep into explanation and all this. Now, they have it with someone, or someone have it with someone, and they give back to a baby in one way or the other. Who is to be blamed? Is it
Prince Oladimeji.
Yes, Masa.
I'm getting to understanding your point. But when it comes to nail it. Nobody is a kid on this platform. When you are saying they have it, what do they have? They knack, bola, bekus. No,
Okay.
that is just it.
Okay.
Bola, they knack.
Okay.
They
And Prince
dugunu.
Oladimeji, please, we like it to be fast and furious.
They lapio. Yes, and amen. Fast and furious. You understand? Say it. Which one is they have it? What did they have?
Okay. All right. I may not be fast and furious because I'm not that type of person. Quite all right.
Okay.
But I'll try the little way I can. All right. Now, when it comes to issue of paternity, something leads to it. Either someone suspects someone, either the husband like notice maybe some behavior, or it may even be like, oh, they want to even travel. And they're like, oh, we need the paternity of this. It may come to that. And, they'll just, let's just go and check the paternity of this thing. It's not that they're even willing to. And the husband is like, what happened? So who slept with that woman? That's where the question began to come out from. Now, even if it is the first one, it will be okay. We can say, okay, before they get married, he has been seeing someone, he has been having sex with someone, maybe it's the ex, or look at the issue of Mohbad. This woman was pregnant even before having the traditional marriage that they did. Right? So there is a possibility, according to the philosophy, according to that theory, there is a possibility that that child did not belong to the person that this woman married to. Are you getting my point? So now, this person, in one way or the other, is someone that loves sex, and he has been doing that before coming into marriage. After the firstborn, the second child was tested, and they discovered that, okay, still the same, different father. Definitely, we know that, eléyìí ti di ó ti di ìwà àtiṣe, ó ti mọ́ wọn lára. So in that type of things, there is no way anyone could said, oh, that marriage will still hold. Ani ìkámọ̀ ń pọ̀ ń ṣèkà ẹni tó máa sọ fún ló ń wá. Fabẹ́rẹ́ gúnra ẹ̀ wò kó wo bó ṣe máa rí lára ẹlòmíì. It is, all these things are just simple theory. Now, let me go on the other side. Let me flip to the other side. Like, okay, there are some women that, intentionally doing this. Or there are some men that are intentionally doing it upon the fact that they are married. What do they want to gain from it? Or what has led them to it? Is it that their wife are unable to do it or satisfy them to that level? Or is it that they are looking for a male child, or they are looking for, a lot of things which I don't want to be going deep into, because it will lead to different things. I'm telling you, it will lead to theory, it will lead to different type of things that we may not be able to leave this box today. But the fact is this: if you as a woman slept with someone, slept with a man, you know that this man, in one way or the other, ó ti dá sí ẹ lára. Then, if you know, oh, you are a married person, there is, what do they call it? Money P or something. There is a lot of precaution that you can take, all those stuff. Why can't you do that? I'm not encouraging that, because the first thing is, what warrants you in doing that? I've had different type of scenario whereby a married woman inside his husband's house will tell you that this man is not satisfying me. What will you do about it? And some of them will even buy mansion, or the husband will seize it. What will you say about it? I'm listening, sir. You want to say something?
No, you are taking us to another angle, but
Level,
before you take
right.
us to that particular level, from some of the points that you have made, I want to say thank you for that one. Now, when we get to that angle where you want to take us to, we will get there.
Okay.
You understand? When we get there, we're going to talk about it. So I want to say thank you for that one. And there's another part of this program that we want to talk about, but we'll still come back. One of the things that you said is the why. Why is the cheating in the first place, or why? How does it start in the first place? Thank you so much, Prince Oladimeji. Jola, I've been reading your comments. That's an interesting one. You said you've been working in a I think clinical, what did you call it? And you have seen a woman having 3 children, 2 does not belong to the man. It's very, very, very interesting. Mr. Andy, I hope you are still there, sir. Well done, sir. Mr. Andy, are you there? Golden fish. I think he's driving, but maybe when he's back, he's gonna come back and we're gonna talk. Before we continue, ladies and gentlemen, the second part of this program that I want to talk about today. Remember, basically we're talking justice for Mohbad, but what we are doing today is we are trying to learn one thing or the other. But before we continue with this particular topic that we're talking about today, which is very, very important, I believe we are learning from it. Let me quickly divert a little bit. If you listen to the interview of Baba Mohbad and Dr. Kemi Olunloyo, PhD, you will believe that is one of the best interviews that Baba Mohbad ever had. Not overlooking the one that he had earlier on Friday. And people gave kudos to him. And up to now, people are still praising him and giving kudos to him, which is actually a good one. From the TVC interview, where they were being biased, it is quite obvious. But I love the fact that he was strong, he was articulate, even when the opposition party was asking him the question. You don't know how good you are until you face the opposition. If you are still facing your friend in a competition, they might still be looking at you like, let us ask him this question, let us ask him that question, let us do this, let us do that. But I saw the biasness, but I want to talk about the advantage of that biasness now. It shows now, from what I studied on this thing, it shows now that there is no question they are going to ask the man that the man will not be able to give answer to, even if it is BBC or CNN. It was a success on Friday in the morning. We talked about it, we analyzed it on this program. Then we went ahead, we had an interview. He had an interview with Dr. Kemi Olunloyo. Friday evening, about 3 hours interview. It was here. We streamed it, we talked about it. It was also a nice one. People have been talking about it. Up till now, people are still talking about it. If you miss it, you should go ahead and watch it. Even if you miss that of the TVC, you can go to my page. This page now, the first video you're gonna see after the pinned video, the first video you're gonna see after the three pinned video is Baba Mohbad's interview with TVC. I'm heading somewhere, just stay with me. So after the interview, people began talking about it. Dr. Kemi Olunloyo is going to take the case international. There's another person coming up with the CNN interview, this and this, that and that, which is actually a good one for the justice movement. I told one of my beautiful person yesterday, someone I really respect. I told the person, I said, let Baba Mohbad keep granting interview, just like he said. When they asked him, isn't this the time that you're supposed to be discreet? You're supposed to be silent. And he said, now only me they seek justice for myself. For my son. And I'm just starting. If I have to do another interview again and again and again, I'm going to do another interview again and again and again. Ladies and gentlemen, remember we're talking about justice for Mohbad and everything that will help us to get justice for Mohbad. Now, Baba told that particular lady, he said, even if it warrant that I talk again and again and again, I'm going to talk again and again and again. Then I concluded on my own. I said, let Baba keep talking again and again and again and again. One day, one person will listen to Baba's cry. One day, where he is moving from one station to another station to another station, someone will hear his voice. Someone will listen to his voice. God is going to use someone. So, if he says he's going to keep talking,